Yessi, and in today's video I am so excited to share with you all my recipe for making Puerto Rican chicken empanadas. So make sure to stick around and watch. Something that I always like to mention whenever I share a Puerto Rican recipe is that there is not just one way to making a Puerto Rican dish. There are so many different ways. So that same rule applies to empanadas. Different people have so many different ways of making their empanadas. If you were to put 10 different people in a room and ask them for their empanada recipes, you are gonna come out with 10 different empanadas recipes. So this is just my way of making chicken empanadas that I'm sharing with you. I've seen people adding onions in these, olives, some people have added eggs in there. It's really just up to you. So before I share my delicious Puerto Rican chicken empanada recipe with you, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you never miss out whenever I post a new video. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, my friends, these are the ingredients that we are going to be using today to make our deliciosas empanadas de pollo, chicken empanadas. First, I have 2 chicken breasts that have already been sliced and trimmed. You can buy them already cut into tenders, or you can do what I did and take 2 chicken breasts and slice them up yourself. I have 1 small potato diced into small little pieces. 2 tablespoons of fresh sofrito. You can use 3 if you want some more. It's really up to you. I'm going to be using the juice of half of a lemon. You can use vinegar if you like, but I have fresh lemons at home, so I'm going to go ahead and use this instead. I love garlic, so 2 cloves of garlic. I am going to be using the Goya empanada dough, the discos with annatto. These are orange. They're a little bit different than the other ones because of the color, but I think taste-wise it's pretty much the same. I personally just like using these because they're quick and simple and I don't have to roll out any dough. If you would like to use a different brand, you're more than welcome to, or if you would like to make your own empanada dough, you are welcome to do that as well. We're going to be using some vegetable oil for frying, about a couple teaspoons of adobo. I'll let you guys know exactly the measurement after I'm done cooking it because I typically go by taste. Also, I'm going to be using this caldo de sabor a pollo, which is just a chicken bouillon, but if you have the ones, the Goya ones that come in the little envelope, you can use those as well. And then for tomato sauce, I'm only going to be using about 2 to 3 tablespoons for the mixture that I'm going to be making here. And I forgot to take out the oregano, but I'm also going to be using oregano. You don't have to use it. I personally love the taste of oregano, so I'll probably be using about 1 teaspoon of oregano. I'm not going to be using the olives because I'm making this for my kids and my husband, and they're not real big fans of the olives, but if you love green olives, please go ahead and add them to this. You will absolutely love it. And I almost forgot to mention, you are going to need about 1 cup to 1.5 cup of water. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is the chicken. I'm gonna marinate the chicken. You can do this beforehand or right before. I'm going to do it right before. So I'm simply going to put my chicken tenderloins in, my chicken breast tenderloins in a container like this. And then I'm going to add my lemon juice to it. And I like to just smush it first with a fork. Just how I like to do it. You don't have to do it this way. I'm just gonna squeeze the lemon juice out. If any seeds pop out, you can just remove them. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my pressed garlic or my minced garlic and my sofrito. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of adobo. And 1 teaspoon of oregano. Now I'm simply going to go ahead and mix everything. Now I'm simply going to go ahead and head over to the stove. First, go ahead and turn your heat up to a medium high. So about 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm now going to go ahead and add my meat. The pot doesn't have to be hot or anything. I'm just gonna put that in there like this. And I'm going to add my 1.5 cup of water. 1. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 teaspoon of the chicken bouillon and my tablespoons of the tomato sauce. Let me see how much I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. 3 tablespoons of the tomato sauce. And then I'm just going to mix everything in to make sure everything is well incorporated in there. And I'm going to let it come to a boil. All right, friends, once our chicken makes it to this boiling point, I'm going to go ahead and add in my little potatoes. I'm gonna mix everything in one last time. Make sure everything gets well incorporated. Then I'm simply going to go ahead and cover it up and I'm going to put it on low. Then I'm simply just gonna let it cook there for about 20 to 30 minutes until the chicken becomes nice and tender. All right, so it's been 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and uncover it. You're going to notice that this should be pretty much like this nice pull apart. See? Pulls apart like that. But I want my potatoes to be a little softer than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna leave it uncovered and turn the heat up to about a medium. And all this is simply going to do is just gonna help the liquid evaporate and keep making everything else softer. So unfortunately, I didn't record after the boiling was done and the shredding of the chicken, but I let it boil for about 10 minutes. And then I took the chicken with 2 forks and I shredded it apart. And you're gonna see that when you do that, the potatoes are just going to blend in there with the chicken and just give it a nice consistency. If you have a little bit of too much excess liquid, you can remove that. Mine didn't have too much excess, so I just left it in there. All right, now moving on. Now that our chicken is shredded, it's time for us to stuff our empanadas. So I like to put some parchment paper on top of my countertops just for quick and easy cleanup. Now with a fork, I am simply going to put, I would say about 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of the chicken mixture into the dough. And then I'm going to bring one side over to the other side, and with my fingers I'm simply pressing down, keeping all the meat inside, and then with the back of a fork I'm going to come and press the entire outer part where those 2 parts meet. I'll do it on one side and then I'll flip to the other side of the empanada and do the same thing on the other side. This simply just seals the empanada and prevents any liquids coming out while it's frying. Now for our final step, we're simply going to fry our empanadas. I have my heat at about a medium or a medium high. I always like to test my oil out by putting a tip of the empanada first, and if it sizzles, that means the oil is ready. I'm gonna fry these on each side for about 3 minutes or until they're nice and golden. Once these fabulous empanadas are cooked, we're simply going to place them on a plate and let them cool off for a couple of minutes before digging in. These are so delicious and definitely something that you need to give a try. Buen provecho, and I will see you next time. Bye!